Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Going On. Today we'll be interviewing Mr. Jeffrey Collins of the Computer Station. Hello, and this is Mr. Jeffrey Collins, and he's the owner of the Computer Station. And Mr. Collins, we're here talking about your new phones and all the services and everything that's compiled in that phone. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Great.
Well, the new phone service we have is through a company called Ring Central. Ring Central is one of the top providers of voice over IP services. And basically, voice over IP is phone service through the internet. And I have one of the phones here. It's a nice office phone. You can do transferring. This one has 2 lines with it. You can put customers on hold. You name it. All the features that you would have with a traditional business phone. But this has much more. This phone also connects to the internet. Like I said, the phone service works with the internet, so there's a port on the back here where you plug it up just like a computer. Now, I mentioned there are many other features associated with this service that you wouldn't have with traditional phone service. We have e-faxing, that's electronic faxing, where you can receive faxes through your email. Therefore, you can save money on
your
fax machine.
machine.
You don't need a fax machine anymore.
Yeah.
It also has the ability to provide you with the auto attendant. And what the auto attendant does is allow someone to call in. They get an attendant that says dial 1 for customer service, 2 for tech support, and so forth.
Okay, so along with this phone, let me ask you this. I know you were saying that it has the capability of answering your phones, and switching over to, if you're not at this phone, it'll switch over to your cell phone.
Absolutely. With our phone service as well, you can route. If say that this phone service goes down, you lose. A lot of people want to know what happens if I lose power or I lose the internet. Well, with our phone system, we can route a phone call to your cell phone, so you'll never miss a call.
Okay. So another thing I want to ask you, we were talking at a meeting that we were at.
Yes.
At Christian Unity Church, Christian Church.
Yes.
And you were saying that it has video conferencing.
Video conferencing, that's another great feature that you don't get with the digital phone system.
Or AT&T.
AT&T. Basically, the way it works, you have an app on your smartphone or your tablet, and you can actually have a conference going on whereby you can do presentations, go on your computer, set up the meeting, do a presentation to everyone, and invite them to the meeting through a text message. They come in, they get a link, they click on the link, they're tied into the meeting, and you can actually see them if they have the app on their smartphone or tablet.
So with the video conference, as long as they have a smartphone, they can link in.
Or a tablet.
Or
Yep.
tablet.
Or tablet or iPad, yes.
Wow. So what other features does it have?
You're also going to get an 800 number, up to 1,000 minutes with the standard service.
Now,
Yeah.
that's one thing that, most businesses have a problem with. They don't have an 800 number,
Absolutely.
so they actually miss more customers than
That's
they
right.
actually
Outside
can get
there, yeah.
outside their little area.
That's right, absolutely.
And I think the 800 number would be smart to get this phone, because you get video conferencing, the 800 number,
E-fax.
and e-fax,
Yeah.
which I know faxes now, fax machines are like $150, $60, and you have to buy all this ink and all this, and now it's digital.
Yes.
And not only that, again, with the 800 number, you won't miss as many calls as you would if you are a true business owner and want to take your business to that next level.
Absolutely. Another great feature is you can do text messaging with this service as well.
Text messaging.
You can send out a text blast to your customers with this phone service in addition. So, you know, we live in a mobile world. Everybody has cell phones.
And everybody texts.
That's right. And they're going to receive, when they get a text, they're going to read it. The most effective form of marketing out there right now.
Now, let me ask you this. How much is this setup?
Typically, they have different levels depending on how many phones you purchase.
Okay.
So from 2 to 19 phone lines, you're looking at about $28 per month.
Wow.
The phone itself, you could buy it, purchase it outright. This one is around $139, but now they have a plan where you can rent it. And if you go into a 2-year contract at only $5 a month, and you're going to be warranted for the full term of that contract. Amazing. So
Amazing.
So your upfront cost is minimal. All you need is good high-speed internet.
You know, and if you look at it, the price and all the perks that you get with this phone is going to outweigh your costs with any other cell phone or really hardline provider, as such as AT&T or all these other guys. You get so much with this phone, the text messaging, the video conferencing, which I think is awesome, and you get the 1-800 number,
Absolutely.
e-fax. I mean, right there is enough to just, you know, make you go out and say, I need this phone for my business.
Absolutely. And you don't have to go with the contract, but like I said, you get a lower price with it,
Right.
and you get the rental part of it. But you can go month to month as well with this service.
So there's a cost for every need. it fills a need.
That's right, absolutely. Another great feature that I like is the app for that would allow you to receive the call. So say that I want to convert my personal cell phone into a business cell phone.
Okay.
So I would want a separate number, right?
Right.
With Ring Central, you can have another number associated with your cell phone.
Wow.
A totally separate number. So if you didn't need the office phone. If you're on the go all the time, if your business is sales and you're always on the road,
Right.
all you need is you're gonna be using your cell phone, right?
That's what you use. I mean, that's
you don't need
the
an office
heartbeat
phone.
of America now.
That's right.
You know.
So I can assign a separate number to my cell phone. So when I get a call that comes in, I'll know that it's a business call versus a personal call.
Right.
I could change my tone. I mean, my
Right.
introduction and so forth. Business, okay, yes sir. Yeah, this is the computer station and so forth. Go ahead.
One of the things that I want to ask you is, with the cell phones, if you just did the two numbers with yourself, the additional number with your cell phone,
Yes.
Can you get the e-fax with that?
The e-fax?
Right.
Yes. You could get the e-fax with that as well.
Can anybody say switch? I mean, I'm thinking to myself, $28, which is as cheap as, well, I don't even think there's anybody that close that can come that close to this plan. It would be detrimental to you as a business owner and a person that's on the go, especially if you I think like Mary Kay and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
If you can't be at home, this would be the ideal thing for you to get this plan, and then to send out text blasts to where your customers will always know what you have on sale. You can market things that are going half price or however you all do it in the Mary Kay and Avon as well. and don't get me wrong, I just picked those out, but you know, if you have sales of other things, you know, you're always connected with your people.
Absolutely.
So, is there anything else that this phone does? I mean, does it fly?
Well, let's see what else. I'm sure I'm missing some. There's so many features. I mean, there may be some cheaper plans, some services out there, but not one with this many features.
Right.
You know, I was using another service before, but when I found this, I said, "Wow, this is so great! I need to be a seller. I need to start selling this service because it's going to really benefit the other businesses out there, like it's benefited me."
And I can see it. You know, some of these businesses where they're on vacation, they can still be in contact with their
Absolutely.
store.
Absolutely.
You know, if the employees, they need to contact one of the employees.
Yeah.
You know, the phone could be at your store,
Yeah.
and you can video conference with them to see how things are going. You know, sometimes we lose connections, and we're always worried about what our employees are doing while we're on vacation. This way, you can say, "Hey, pick up the phone. I want to have a conference with you. I want to see what's going on." This is a great plan. This is a great phone. The video conferencing, the text messaging, and I could go on and on. The price, I mean, is just a phenomenal price.
One other thing I'm gonna mention.
Okay.
There's you have a portal that you can log into from a computer or from tablet or smartphone, and actually view the call flow. How many calls were missed? What calls were missed? You can pick up your voicemail messages through this portal. Actually check your faxes through the portal as well. So that's a great way to determine, you know, if your people are goofing off, or if they calling calling friends and loved ones on company time.
Yeah. That would definitely, you know, cut down on your hours at work.
Absolutely.
You know, you know how some employees are. They want to talk to whoever and whatever, and they figure if nobody sees me, there's no harm, no foul.
Absolutely.
But we're always watching you. So that's a great tool to have.
Another feature, I forgot.
Another feature.
You can have it record phone calls as well. You know, you've called some business where they want to record that you say your phone call has been recorded.
Right.
For you know, so they get good feedback on how they need to, whether they need to change something during the phone call.
Right, a feedback.
Feedback, yeah. You can do that as well with the service.
You know, this phone, it just needs to fly. That's about the only thing. Or cook or bake or something, you know. Can we make some chicken? But, you know, there was another service that you all provide.
Yes. We have many services. We provide computer and telecommunication services. But the two I was going to highlight today, again, were the phone service, and we also have text marketing. What text marketing does is allow you to market to cell phones. Now, everybody that you know, including yourself, has a cell phone, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anybody, and they're giving away phones now, you know, everywhere in this city.
That's right.
Yeah.
So with our text messaging service, you can send a text blast highlighting, like say, sales that are going on, events. We've sold it to churches. We have a spin-off of text alerts called Church Alerts. Okay. So now a church can purchase this. The members can opt in to the service. It's free, and they will get messages from the church about events, you know, words of inspiration and so forth.
Okay.
But as well, I mean, churches, you can have businesses to use it, like I said, for sales and so forth. It's just a great service, and it's very effective because it's going to your cell phone, which people have on 24/7.
All the time.
24/7.
I'm real bad about leaving my cell phone at home, and I'm pretty sure everybody can attest to this. I'll get halfway to church and remember I forgot my cell phone because my Bible is on my cell phone, and I'll turn all the way back around and go back home to get that cell phone. So that cell phone has come such a part of our lives in today's society, you know, and then for you to come and offer this service with video conferencing for businesses, you know, and I don't want, you know, you to miss any marketing opportunity with this.
Yes.
So even at using it, you know, for your home phone, I think would be awesome. But you know, we try to pretty much market it with businesses.
That's right.
But you know, how you spend your money is how you spend your money.
Yes.
And sometimes we just want that technology at home for security purposes.
Typically.
Now, with the phone and the text messaging and the opting.
So you can do this separately. You know, if you had this service, a church, organization, or business could obtain this service, starting at $60 a month.
Okay.
$60 a month for the service, and you get 2,000 outgoing messages. So, say you had 100 people in your database. If you sent 20 messages, that'll be 2,000 messages.
Right.
But then if you go over that amount, you pay some overage, charge.
Right.
Not very expensive though at all.
Pretty much like with any other thing.
Yeah,
Once you go over, of course you're gonna have to, come with a little bit more,
But we also have, that's with you maintaining it and so forth, sending out the blast. Now we can do it for you as well.
Wow. So
it's $60 a month, and we would give you 4,000 messages then, if you allowed us to maintain it. Now the number of blasts you're going to be limited, because we'd be happy. If you give us a calendar of events and so forth, we can do that ahead of time. But the instant messages that would go out for emergencies, we're going to try to limit that to maybe once, twice a week.
So it's basically get organized. So if you're organized and you let Mr. Collins handle your blast, you get more bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
And that concludes another episode of What's Going On. And we thank you very much for staying in tune.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.